From the moment we open our eyes, we are met with the wonders of Earth. The first breath we take fills our lungs with the air that has been a part of this planet for eons. The first sight we see is the light of a sun that has been shining for billions of years, nurturing life in countless forms. We are born into a world that is both ancient and ever-renewing, a world that has been shaped by forces beyond our comprehension. The vast blue sky, the rolling green hills, the crashing waves of the ocean, all of these wonders are a testament to the incredible journey our planet has taken over billions of years. Each element of nature tells a story of transformation and resilience. The sky, with its ever-changing hues, speaks of the atmosphere that protects and sustains us. The hills, shaped by tectonic forces, stand as silent witnesses to the Earth's dynamic history. The ocean, with its rhythmic tides, connects us to the primordial past where life first began. But have you ever stopped to wonder, how did this all begin? How did the universe, with its vast expanse and countless stars, give rise to a planet teeming with life? What cosmic events set the stage for the emergence of Earth, and what forces have shaped its destiny over the millennia? These questions have fascinated humanity for centuries, driving us to explore the mysteries of the cosmos and our place within it. How did this pale blue dot, adrift in the vastness of space, come to be the cradle of life we call home? From the vantage point of space, Earth appears as a fragile oasis, a tiny speck in the cosmic ocean. Yet within this speck lies the entire history of life, from the simplest microorganisms to the most complex ecosystems. The journey of Earth is a story of survival and adaptation, of life finding a way against all odds. The story of Earth's creation is a tale woven from the very fabric of the cosmos, a story of cosmic dust, fiery collisions, and the slow, patient hand of time. It begins in the heart of ancient stars, where elements were forged in nuclear furnaces. These elements, scattered across the universe by supernovae, coalesced to form the building blocks of planets. Through a series of cataclysmic events, including asteroid impacts and volcanic eruptions, Earth gradually took shape, evolving from a molten mass to a habitable world. It is a story that begins billions of years ago, long before the first humans walked the Earth, in the heart of a universe still young and finding its footing. In those early days, the universe was a chaotic place, filled with swirling clouds of gas and dust. Over time, gravity pulled these clouds together, igniting the birth of stars and galaxies. Within these stellar nurseries, planets like Earth began to form, setting the stage for the emergence of life. It is a story written in the very rocks beneath our feet, in the air we breathe, and in the intricate web of life that surrounds us. The geological formations we see today are like pages in a history book, each layer telling a chapter of Earth's past. The air, a mixture of gases, is a testament to the planet's evolving atmosphere, shaped by volcanic activity and the emergence of photosynthetic organisms. The diversity of life, from the tiniest microbes to the largest mammals, reflects the adaptability and resilience of life on Earth. And as we unravel this magnificent tale, we begin to understand not only the how of our planet's birth, but also the why of our own existence. By studying ancient rocks and fossils, scientists piece together the puzzle of Earth's history, revealing the processes that have shaped our world. This knowledge helps us appreciate the delicate balance that sustains life and underscores the importance of preserving our planet for future generations. Our existence is intertwined with the Earth's story, and by understanding this connection, we gain a deeper appreciation for the world we call home. Join me now as we embark on a journey through time and space, a journey to uncover the majestic creation of Earth. Together we will explore the cosmic events that led to the formation of our planet, the geological processes that have shaped its surface, and the biological evolution that has given rise to the rich tapestry of life. This journey will take us from the depths of space to the core of our planet, revealing the wonders of our cosmic cradle and the profound interconnectedness of all life on Earth. Our story begins not on Earth, nor even in our own solar system, but with an event of unimaginable scale and power, the Big Bang. This colossal explosion is the very genesis of everything we know, the origin of all matter, energy, space, and time. It is the moment when the universe itself sprang into existence, a moment that set the stage for the cosmic drama that would unfold over billions of years. Roughly 13.8 billion years ago, our universe was not the vast expanse of stars and galaxies we know today, but rather an infinitely dense point, smaller than an atom. This point, often referred to as a singularity, contained all the mass and energy of the universe in a state of unimaginable density and temperature. It is difficult to comprehend such a state, where the laws of physics as we know them break down and time itself seems to stand still. Then in a fraction of a second, this tiny point exploded outward, expanding at an incredible rate. This event, known as cosmic inflation, caused the universe to grow exponentially, stretching space itself and smoothing out any irregularities. The universe went from being smaller than a proton to being larger than a galaxy in less than a heartbeat. This rapid expansion set the stage for the formation of the complex structures we see in the universe today. This explosion, the Big Bang, marked the beginning of space and time as we know it. It was not an explosion in space, but rather an explosion of space itself. Every point in the universe began to move away from every other point, creating the vast expanding cosmos we inhabit. The Big Bang is the ultimate origin story, the moment when the universe began its journey from simplicity to complexity. In the first fleeting moments after the Big Bang, the universe was an inferno of energy and subatomic particles. Temperatures were so high that particles could not combine to form atoms. Instead, the universe was a seething, roiling soup of quarks, gluons, and other fundamental particles. This primordial fireball was a chaotic and violent place, but it was also the crucible in which the building blocks of matter were forged. But as the universe expanded and cooled, this energy began to coalesce, forming the first elementary particles like protons, neutrons, and electrons. These particles are the fundamental components of atoms, the basic units of matter. As the universe continued to cool, these particles began to combine, forming the first simple atoms, primarily hydrogen and helium. This process, known as nucleosynthesis, was the first step in the creation of the complex elements that make up the world around us. Over millions of years, gravity began to exert its pull, drawing these particles together into vast clouds of hydrogen and helium gas. Gravity, the force that governs the motion of planets and stars, played a crucial role in shaping the early universe. These clouds of gas, under the influence of gravity, began to collapse and clump together, forming the first structures in the universe. These structures would eventually become the galaxies, stars, and planets that populate the cosmos. These clouds, the seeds of future galaxies, swirled and danced within the expanding universe, setting the stage for the next chapter in our cosmic story, the birth of stars. Stars are the engines of the universe, forging the elements that make up planets and life itself. The formation of the first stars marked the beginning of a new era in the history of the universe, an era of light and complexity. And so, from the ashes of the Big Bang, the universe began its long journey towards the rich and diverse cosmos we see today. Within these swirling clouds of gas and dust, gravity continued to work its magic. These clouds, known as nebulae, are the remnants of previous generations of stars, containing all the elements necessary for the creation of new celestial bodies. As these clouds collapsed under their own gravity, they began to spin faster and faster, forming massive rotating disks. This process, known as accretion, is fundamental to the formation of stars and planets. The conservation of angular momentum caused the material to flatten into a disk shape, with the majority of the mass concentrating at the center. At the center of these disks, pressure and heat intensified, eventually reaching a point where hydrogen atoms began to fuse, releasing unimaginable amounts of energy. This nuclear fusion is the process that powers stars, converting hydrogen into helium and producing light and heat. A star was born, our very own sun. This event marked the beginning of a new solar system with the sun at its heart, providing the necessary energy to sustain life on the planets that would eventually form around it. The sun's birth was not a solitary event. Surrounding the newborn star, a swirling disk of leftover gas and dust remained. This protoplanetary disk contained all the raw materials needed to form planets, moons, asteroids, and comets. Within this disk, the same forces that birthed the sun were at work, albeit on a smaller scale. The process of accretion continued, with smaller clumps of material beginning to form. Dust grains, drawn together by electrostatic forces, began to clump together, forming larger and larger objects. These tiny particles collided and stuck together, gradually growing in size through a process known as coagulation. Over millions of years, these clumps grew into planetesimals, the building blocks of planets. These planetesimals were roughly the size of small moons and had enough gravity to attract more material. These planetesimals, drawn together by gravity, collided and coalesced, gradually forming the planets we know today. This process of planetary formation is a violent one, with countless collisions and mergers shaping the final structure of the solar system. Over time, these young planets cleared their orbits of debris, becoming the stable worlds we are familiar with. Around 4.54 billion years ago, in the midst of this cosmic ballet, our Earth began to take shape. Initially, Earth was a hot, molten ball of rock, constantly bombarded by asteroids and comets, left over from the solar system's formation. This constant bombardment generated immense heat, keeping the young planet in a molten state. Over time, as the bombardment subsided, Earth began to cool. The heavier elements like iron and nickel sank towards the center, forming the planet's core. Lighter elements like silicon and oxygen rose to the surface, forming the Earth's crust. This early Earth was a far cry from the hospitable planet we know today. There were no continents, no oceans, and the atmosphere was a toxic mix of gases, devoid of the oxygen we need to breathe. But even in this harsh environment, the seeds of change were being sown.